What's up, guys? This is the Honest Outlaw here, and today we're going to be covering a cool little product. We're going to be doing the 1,000-round review on the Trinity, Nevada Ground Zero slide. Now, before we do that, I want to mention my patron supporters. Thank you guys very much. It's because of you the channel's still here. If you want to join the patron squad, all you got to do is click the link in the description. Right below that link is a link to a local homeless shelter that I like to support in Ames, Iowa. It is a youth shelter, and those kids could really use your support. So even before Patreon, just go down, click that link, and donate to those kids. Now, the Trinity, Nevada Ground Zero slide, as you can see here, is a very unique piece of gear. And they offer this in not just a slide, but they also offer a full gun as well. And I think the gun is a pretty good deal because not only do you just get the slide, but you also get a fully stippled and customized grip with a fully customized trigger as well. So I think that's a pretty good deal. However, I just went out and got the slide myself. They make these for not just Glock pistols, but they make them for the 320 as well. I haven't tried the 320 personally, but I've actually had this guy now for about 6 months, and we put quite a few rounds down it. We kind of beat the crap out of it a little bit, and we shot it with the optic and without the optic, and that's actually one of the unique things that I like about this slide. Before I tell you all the cool stuff about it, I'll tell you what it is. So if you haven't seen the first shots of this, it's actually kind of an integrally compensated slide. So as you can see right there, the compensator is a part of the barrel. It is attached. So not only do you get the 2-port brake or comp, but you get an island barrel as well, similar to like a 2011, where the front sight is non-reciprocating. The benefit of that is going to be that it's easier to track. Arguably, people go back and forth on that. I think the logic just makes sense that it would be. However, the main thing that you get out of it is you get weight where you want it, while you want it. So it takes the weight off the slide, so you get less reciprocating mass going rearward, less felt recoil. On top of that, you have more weight out front to keep the gun down, less muzzle flip. On top of that, it's also a compensator. So it actually reduces the amount of felt recoil you feel, and that gets increased with the higher velocity ammunition that you use. So the faster ammo that you use, generally the better a compensator works. The guys from Trinity, Nevada, I've talked to them back and forth quite a few times. They're a group of, I guess what I'd call rogue engineers. They ended up making some cool guns, and those guys like to go fast, and I like to go fast, so they tried to make the fastest guns possible, and I think they've certainly achieved it with this. It's a very unique design. I've seen similar stuff on 2011s, but never seen anything like this on a Glock. So again, as you can see there, totally flush fit to the slide, excellent machining. These guns come with some really cool colors as well. I went with the silver and gold. However, they do make a black and gold, which is pretty cool. They make a black and silver. They make all black, all silver, whatever you want. One of the things I was worried about with this gun was going to be reliability. So I have this on a Gen 3 slide here, or on a Gen 3 frame, so I can show you what it kind of looks like on a normal gun. However, most of the testing was actually done on my OZ9 frame, which is also a Gen 3 technically. However, it does have a little bit of extra weight out front because it does have the metal frame insert that I really like. But the main reason why I chose this frame is because it does also have my tuned custom trigger on it, and I like that a lot, so that's what we went with. However, it doesn't look as good as the other regular frame done. It looks pretty abysmal considering I covered this guy in silicone carbide, because I don't care what things look like, I care how they function, and this combination is flipping fast. I can tell you that for sure. Pull out our concealed carry mag. Now the whole thing is made out of 17.4 stainless steel, the slide and the compensator, so it's not only really good quality, but it's going to be very durable as well. The slide cuts don't just look cool, but they're actually really functional. So one of the problems with making this all busy is sometimes when you actually have to run the slide, it's difficult to find some space to actually work the thing. And when you have an optic on it and you have the comp in the front, you have to have a really good traction spot here to actually run the slide all the time. And I think they did a really good job with these slide cuts. And the slide cuts in the rear are also, not only they look cool, but they're a lot deeper than a standard Glock, and they're easier to get a hold of. It comes with a Dawson front sight on there and a blacked out rear sight on the back there. It's got a bunch of marks on it for me hammering on it. But the front sight is actually really, really interesting to me that it's even still there. Because after 1,000 rounds of a compensated gun, having a fiber optic front sight still be there is actually invisible, I might add. But if you run most comp guns or ported guns or blows the fiber optic rod out of the actual steel sight there, or it completely covers it in black soot so you can't see it. Neither one of those things happened on the Ground Zero. Now this gun does get a little bit dirtier than your average non-comp gun, but you're not going to be able to get around that. Not only is the gun accurate, but it also didn't have any malfunctions, which is hard to do, again, with especially new creations like this. A lot of times when you'll have island barrel guns, if they're not manufactured perfectly, some of this stuff will get all burred up and eventually it'll get caught up and it will cause issues, and I didn't see that with this. So, and the last thing it does besides make it a little bit faster is just make it look pretty cool. I like the way this looks. I like the way the black and the gold looks, probably the best. I went this route, but if I had to get another one, I'd probably go black and gold all the way across. You can check out their website and you can see quite a few of these that they have built, and you can see all the different color combinations and cut combinations and stuff like that. Maybe you have better taste than I do, I'm not really sure. So, looks cool, runs fast. Here's the downside. It's expensive. Like any new startup thing, they don't have years of test and evaluation stuff and stuff like that. So they're going to be a little bit more pricey out of the gate. And for the slide, you're looking at about $1,500, $1,400, something like that, if I remember right. And for the full gun, you're looking at $2,000. So if you go down there and get a full gun, I think that's probably the best buy. Honestly, you can find agency arms guns, or you can find salient guns, or you can find lots of custom Glocks for over the price of $2,000 that are not going to run like this thing does. So for what you're getting, I think it's going to be a good value, especially if you get the whole gun with the frame and the trigger and all that stuff all for right around $2K. If you're locked in like I was and you have a frame that you like, so this is my custom OZ9 frame, and I know it looks gross, but it's built in by 3M Custom, and it's super gritty and it's cut just the way I like. So that's the reason why I went with just a slide, is because I really like this frame, and I think you can get into something really unique that's going to run super fast for it, and you can have kind of a cool open gun with a red dot on top of it, which will still function as an iron sight gun as well, which is another perk. But overall, I think it's a pretty cool gun. If you're interested in one of these, I do have a 5% off code down in the description below. You gotta just click that link and you'll get 5% off one of these guys. If not, that's cool too. I know this isn't for everybody, but man, for somebody like me who likes ingenuity and likes to go fast, this is a good mix of both.